All right, so for the starters this week, I have most consistent guy. I'm going with Ryan Blaney. Prove me otherwise. I got to use him sparingly though, so I
Yeah.
mean, I've only used him once. So everybody here I've only used once, and actually one I have not used at all. Next guy, I've got Ross Chastain. He's always solid at Bristol, and you're not going to find anybody races more aggressive to get a win at Bristol.
That's for sure.
Another really consistent winner at Bristol, and he's moving up the all-time rankings there. Denny Hamlin. Next one, car owned by Denny Hamlin. I've got Tyler Reddick, and you can see a theme here. Denny Hamlin's teammate, last week's winner, I've got Christopher Bell. He's always very good at Bristol as well, especially when it was on dirt. But either way, he's good at either one. And my garage, I've got Chris Buescher.
Okay.
And so for the featured lineups this week, they have Chris Buescher versus Chase Elliott. And I actually don't have it doesn't show the, they don't have
the odds on this one.
They don't have the lines out yet. They'll probably be out later this week. But hey, North Carolina Sports Betting just went live, so yeah. But I don't think they even have that on there. But it's Chris Buescher versus Chase Elliott. I don't know, something about it. I don't know why. Just got a weird feeling. I'm putting Chase Elliott in there. He's always pretty decent at Bristol. Hasn't found the quite a lot of speed this year. But I don't know. Got a feeling. I'm putting him over Chris Buescher. The next one's Michael McDowell versus Ryan Preece. I didn't really have to think too hard about that one. I'm going to go with Michael McDowell. I know Ryan Preece pretty good short track racer, but McDowell's got the speed this year and the confidence. I'm picking him. This is a little bit tougher, Keselowski versus Christopher Bell. Keselowski's pretty decent at Bristol with all that experience, but Christopher Bell, he won last week. Momentum's going to go a long way. You're going to take a lot more chances now that you know you're locked into the playoffs, and Bristol's one of those places you can take chances. So I got Christopher Bell over Brad. And this next one, it was kind of 50-50. I didn't really know. It was Carson Hocevar versus Josh Berry. Josh Berry, I had faith in him last week, so I'm not doing it this week. I've got Carson Hocevar. All right, what's your fantasy?
We are different on our fantasy lineup. So I put 5 new starters in this week. So we got to use them up, and not one Chevy. So I have my top 5. I have Ty Gibbs, Tyler Reddick, Christopher Bell, Chris Buescher, and Ryan Preece. And then for my garage, Old Faithful, I'm going to leave him in there in case I need him, Ryan Blaney. So in our featured matchups between Chris Buescher and Chase Elliott, I did pick Chris Buescher on that one. I think Chase is just struggling right now. And then Michael McDowell and Ryan Preece, that was a tough one. I put Preece in my top 5, so I'm not picking him for that one. Christopher Bell and Brad Keselowski, I picked Christopher Bell. And then Carson Hocevar and Josh Berry. Only reason I picked Josh Berry is he does have more starts in the Cup, even though Carson Hocevar has actually run very well. So sooner or later, Josh Berry's bound to get a decent finish. So let's go for it this week. I gotta mix it up a little bit, try to make up some ground.
Well, I dropped from 26,000th ranking in the world to 57,000th. So
hey, last 91,000. So shut up.
Yeah, last week was a struggle, big time. But for anybody that has sports betting right now, they say a good bet is Chris Buescher. Obviously, he's pretty. He won. No, he didn't. He's finished top 10 3 of the last 4 races at Bristol.
Yeah, he's good at Bristol.
Larson, I'm going to use him probably another 9 times, so I don't want to use him up yet.
Yeah, I'm saving him for mile and a half.
That and probably Bristol night race. He's pretty good at that one. They said avoid Truex.
I don't necessarily agree with that.
No, it says he's only had 2 top 10s at Bristol in the last 20 races and only 4 top 10s and 33 career starts at Bristol. So it could be almost a mental game at that point. Avoid Joey Logano, which I don't really agree with that one.
He's been he can qualify, but he hasn't been fast racing.
They did say
Ryan Blaney's definitely been way faster.
They did say sleeper is Eric Jones though, so
yeah, he's kind of sort of rejuvenated his career a little bit once they switched to Toyota.
All right then. Well, let's get into Bristol. So we touched on that it's not the dirt race anymore. How different is Bristol going to be when the sun's beating on that concrete as opposed to the nighttime races?
it changes some. It doesn't change as much as an asphalt track because you got the semi-white concrete. The biggest issue with Bristol in the spring is probably going to be weather. Up in the mountains of Tennessee, could get some rain. So if we get some rain and washes all the rubber off the track, that's going to change things a little bit. I don't see the sun being out. I mean, the track's probably going to be a little bit looser. Didn't really see a weather forecast how cool it's going to be out there, but so I don't. They haven't run this car at the day races at Bristol yet. So could that throw a little bit of a curve? I don't know what downforce package they're using. The same downforce package they did last week at Phoenix. I mean, it's a short track, but it races different with all the high banks. So that's going to be some kind of interesting thing. I haven't seen any of the specs on that one. So I think if they keep the same package, I think you're going to see Toyotas be very, very fast this week.
I just pulled up the weather. It looks like it's going to be 61 and partially cloudy.
So yeah, the track temperature is probably going to be pretty cool. It's probably going to be very fast.
Should have a lot of grip too. It's going to be should be rubbered up pretty well from the truck race the day before too.
Yeah, and then unless it rains overnight, and then see what happens. Now then, here's the other interesting thing. So if it's going to be cool, what tire does Goodyear bring? They've been having some slight tire issues this year. Is there going to be any kind of tire wear? And some of that's brought on from the crews, how the air pressure they run, the camber and things they have in that. So that's going to be another wrinkle in the whole situation.
All right. Well, heading into looks like I think it's Saturday. During the day, the trucks are racing.
It's actually at night, Saturday night.
Oh, it is a night race?
Yeah.
So you would think they would just try to keep it consistent with what the Cup Series is doing. Honestly, it should be 2 night Bristol races, honestly, but it's okay. But the trucks, there's last time we saw the Truck Series, Rajah Caruth got his first career win on it was a 1.5 mile track, so a little bit different for Bristol. I think we're going to see a little bit more cautions in this one, like you kind of saw at Daytona. Let's get on with our picks. Who are you? Oh, well, I'm going first.
You go first.
Yeah. So this one, I can almost guarantee you don't have this pick. Got a guy's kind of been sleeper, but he is fast and he's up and coming, kind of like how Rajah Caruth's up and coming. And Rajah got his first win, and I like this guy to get his first win. I got Nick Sanchez. He might have already won.
You think I wouldn't have that pick, huh?
You had him?
I changed it.
Oh.
I did have him.
Damn.
But I think this guy's second in points now. He's been real consistent. Multiple race winner. I got Ty Majeski.
Yeah, he's pretty good at any track really. He's good at Bristol.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be.
Yeah, I was looking at Sanchez to start with.
Well, for the Truck Series especially, you're going to have to qualify well. If you're back in the back, that's going to be definitely an area where you're probably going to get caught up in a wreck.
I would think so.
The Cup Series will do a little bit better. I say that, and they wrecked a ton at Phoenix, but they do a bit. I would think a better job than avoiding everybody's too aggressive in the Truck Series too early. They forget that it's, fairly long race.
Yeah, it's 300 laps for the truck race, I think.
That's a lot. That's a lot of miles for them.
Yeah.
Or a lot of laps.
It's only 150 miles, but it's still
a lot of laps. All right.
A lot of corners.
Sunday, my Cup Series pick. One guy that he's fast and he's gonna go for it at Bristol. I've got the Watermelon Man, Ross Chastain. He's in my fantasy lineup, so I've got him for this one.
Okay, and you just said how, don't pick this guy. He hasn't been very good, but man, he was so fast last week. He's going to be hungry for a win. I got Martin Truex Jr.
I changed it. I was going to have Truex, and I'm like, well, let's just throw in.
In Mom's pick, she really went out on a limb here, and she's picking Ryan Blaney.
All right. Well, it's crazy. None of us even thought about picking Kyle Busch or any. I don't even know what Mom's fantasy lineup is, and I don't
think she said it yet.
But neither of us have Kyle. But now we said that she's going to put freaking Kyle
Yeah,
Busch.
he's been, he's not happy with his crew.